over on the Offebeat channel. Today we're gonna play in their fan game, a Demon Slayer dating sim. Offbeat, Tengen Uzui. Let's begin. Okay. Yeah, I know I could say no and I'm not in it out, but why not? Just from the peach drips down your juice from the peach drips down your chin as the dice hits the mat, and the crowd erupts like you just slit a man's throat. Oh, did I win again? How lucky! The dealer shoots you a look and scoops up the dice. You pull the coins into your gurgling pile with slow fingers, letting the crowd watch every movement. Boss, he offers another slice of peach, pale, fresh, gleaming in the lamplight. Another one, you spoil me, only because you spoiled us first. He slips it past your lips, and another of your men work his thumbs into your shoulders. The gamblers shift uneasily. Some can't look away, others spit insults under their breath. What's a woman doing here? Shameless. Shouldn't be touching the dice. Bad luck. Their grumbling is the same every night, and every night you churn it into your feeder. Can I throw the dice? The dealer scoffs his hands. The dealer puts his hands over them. You hold them up, letting the lamplight spark off the carved dots. A faint prickle dances down your spine, the unmistakable feeling of being watched by something, not someone, but the thought vanishes as the crowd stirs, making way for a new arrival. A tall man pushes through the gamblers, with hair gleams under the oily lamplight, too bright for this dim den. His bare arms are thick with muscles, veins standing out as gold cuffs bite against his skin. A jeweled headband glitters across his brow, throwing sparks into the shadows. Everything about him is impossible to ignore. Three women flank him, moving with him like they're part of his performance. They are. They're beautifully amplifying his. It makes you smile around the dice in your hand. Seems you're not the only scandal in the room tonight. No, they have a hot for him. Do you blame them? You hold the dice close to Takumi's mouth. Without being asked, he blows his luck onto them, his warm breath touching your fingers. The crowd responds with fresh insults, mixed with nervous laughter. Just play already. At your age, you should learn patience by now. Do you think people learn patience? When they get older, they lose their patience. The gasp ripple through the room, but they swallow by the crack of the bamboo cup as you throw the dice inside and slam it to the mat. Hard enough to make everyone jump, but not enough to hide the vibrations of the dice. The man shouts their bets with wild energy, odd or even, coins flickering over the painted kanji on the mat. Every eye turns to you, waiting for your choice. Odd. The cup lifts to show the truth. 3 and a 4. Odd it is. The room explodes into chaos. Men cheer while others curse their bad luck. But your coins find their way to you all the same. Several players give up and leave their spots, but eager new faces quickly take their places. The white-haired stranger keeps coming closer, and the woman beside him flow with his movement, forming a living shield. A impotent man shoves his way in, barely straining his robe. Perhaps you'd be interested in a one-on-one game. I think I know your reply, so no. You glance at him as Kaito presses another slice of peach into your lips. You must be our host. I'm just a lucky girl. I'll play. His knees crack as he roars down. Sitting in front of you, he drops a stack of bills on the mat with too much flair, like the money's doing the talking for him. I'd like to raise the bet, if you don't mind. I don't. You stand a hand behind you, Takumi. Lay his bills across your palm. You don't count. You just set them down beside his with a soft bump. Even. Then I'll take odd. He grins like he knows something you don't. And you've seen that grin before. It's always the same. It fades the same too. The duo reaches for the dice. Just as he does, something glints for your there. A small jewel lands on top of your pile. I win. The white-haired man settles beside you, the mat with smooth grace. The crowd around you pushes forward with new excitement. But the host's big, muscular man restore order with fraying looks. You eye the troll, then its owner. Someone is dramatic. Takes one to know one. Complain that he's joining. Let him join the game. Or they let him join. You assess him in a single glance. He's trouble, but the kind that makes the victory more satisfying. Fine, a bigger audience. Never hurts anyone. Sit down. Generous of you. I promise to make this interesting. I'm sure you will. Wait a second. We agreed on one-on-one. Are you really going to turn down my money? That seems unwise. The challenge hangs in the smoky air, and you can see the host cackling. Whoever backing down will look worse than accepting. Probably worse if you actually win. Start. The dealer picks up the dice. He spins them in the cup, playing on a show, shaking harder than needed. The room wings in. You place your hand flat on the mat and cross your eyes, listening. When the cup slams down, the dice hits the mat. You open your eyes. The dice sounds different this time. The host's eyes go wide before he forces out a harsh laugh. The crowd joins. Don't be ridiculous. I'm serious. He clears his throat and looks at the dealer and reaches for the cup with trembling fingers. Let's see what we got. Before you can move, a sword flashes through the air. The dice splits perfectly in half before the cup even clears the mat, showing the hidden magnets inside. The tall man slides the blade back with force, jewels on his headband glittering under the lamplight. If we're gambling, we do it fair, or make it fair. The gambler roar in approval, but heat curls under your lips as you glare at the man who is supposed to be your reveal. Maybe we should use the real dice you're hiding under your leg. The host opens his mouth but can't find words. Before he can speak, another voice fills space. Move or I'll move you. Honest dice appears and the door shaking hands. They go into the cup and the door shakes, slowing it sword this time, then drops it to the mat. The host leans in, chanting prayers under his breath. I hope my Carver takes over for him, and we win. A wide grin curls your lips. You look at the tall man. He might have stolen your reveal, but he can't steal your grand final. Until next time. Confused flickers across his handsome face just as the cup lifts. It's even. Chaos shakes over the room. The host and his man charge forward ready to fight, but they might as well be fighting a hurricane. The white-haired man and his woman move so fast you can barely keep up. You send another attacker flying through the air while your royal men grab your winnings. Coins vanish into the bags. Bills disappear into sleeves. Don't have to say a word. Laughing, you slip through the storm. Arms slug around your boy's waist. Winnings pressed to their sides. Let's celebrate, boys! You glance back and catch the tall man's eyes across the chaos. You wink before vanishing into the night. Yawn and stretch, bones cracking in the morning air. The courtyard smells of damp stone and fresh earth. Dew clings to the wooden post, the training mats, even the edges of your uniform. You really should start sleeping earlier, but the pull of the night is always too sweet, too dangerous to ignore. Footsteps vibrate through the ground. Others are coming. Training will begin soon. You steel yourself. If you want to be a Hirashira one day, you can't afford to falter. Then another vibration hums through the earth, heavier and familiar. You frown, trying to place it. And then you see him. The tall man from yesterday, striding across the courtyard, now in a corpse uniform. He stands out like a banner against the meated ranks. You, the gambling woman. You, the gambling woman. All eyes turn to you. You could see the judgment in their stare, and you brace yourself for whatever lecture this dramatic guy is about to give. This isn't how you wanted to start your day. Why did you leave? It was just getting fun. You blink at him, off guard. Huh? For a second, I thought you were someone's plain wife. Then you outflashed everyone at one of them. You stare, the words spin in your head. Tangled. Was that supposed to be a compliment? I'm Tengu. I'm just gonna say his first name. Or last name. Your stomach tightens, of course. You know what his clan is known for. Control, cruelty, using their people as if they're disposable. Much like your village. You look him up and down. He doesn't look like stealth or cruelty. He's too loud, too bright, but you don't trust it. Introduce yourself? I'm introducing myself. You tell him your name. Ah, beautiful. It suits someone who can handle dice and danger equally well. He grins as something about his genuine tone catches you off guard. How do you know? Did you know how the dice would stop? How did you know how the dice would stop? That was no guess. You gesture casually towards the glittering gems in his headband. Bet all those get to me next time, and maybe I'll tell you. He blinks, off guard, then booming laugh echoes across the training yard. How did you become so flashy? Were you just born like that? Yeah, I was. The question confused you. You can't figure out this guy out at all. Most men either want to lecture you or use you. But he seems genuinely curious. The instructor arrives, cutting the conversation short. You recognize him immediately. Hirashira, his presence commanding instant respect from everyone in the yard. Even Tengu stands up straighter. Time to focus. Training in the mountains is brutal. The drills never end. The heat is suffocating. Pretty sure if it's mountains, not gonna be hot at all. It's if you're... Trust me. The one mountain where I live is like 10 degrees cooler than where I'm at. Sapping the strength even from the strongest cannons. Just as your owner's office about to flatter, your eyes meet Tengen across the training ground. He isn't even winded. That's it. A fearing grin plastered on his face. Sight feels you, pushing you past the point of exhaustion. You refuse to let him steal the show. His grin only widens, as if he knows exactly what he's doing. On the growing track towards the camp, everyone moves in, dazed, exhausted, silent. You force one foot in front of the other, and you have to if you want to become a hero sheriff one day. The dense trees are a haunting reminder of the place you once called home. Ghosts flicker at the edge of your vision. Your sisters, dressed in bridal silk, walking into the night, never to be seen again. And this is why we vowed to fight. You were supposed to be next, an offering to the monster in the woods. Then we killed the monster. The fabric was already being sewn, your name already chosen in the rotation of offerings. Your family, your neighbors, no one intervened. This is how it always been, they told you. Tradition nearly killed you. You won't let it cage you again. The more vibration hums through the soles of your feet. You sigh internally, picking up the pace. You really don't have the energy for twos competitiveness right now. Abruptly, the vibrations stop. You slow down, eyebrows furrowing. Can you feel vibrations right? He appears directly in front of you, materializing from the shadows. You jump, cursing under your breath as your heart hammers against your ribs. Damn, his shinobi training. You glare at him, irritation overriding your fatigue. Why are you so interested? Don't you have enough women trailing after you already? Well, yeah, he had a lot of women. Just all over him. He stopped, generally considering the question for a moment. Oh, those were my wives. Yeah, those were my wives. Yeah, so you already have women. Wives? The word hits like a slap, but you force your face into stillness, smoothing away the twitch of surprise. Inside, conflict stirs. Once arrangements like that were tradition, but now it's legal. It's like, yeah. And Tengu crunching the shadows of the past, or simply being defiant, living life the way he sees it, regardless of what people think. You can't decide. You can tell yourself it's none of your business. You just hope the women are happy. Tengu cocks his head, a challenging glint in his eye. You seem to have a lot of men trailing after you as well. There's always space for more. We have to. You say it to scandalize him, to see the same shock you get from others, but he doesn't look shocked. He just stares. Like we're two pieces of one pot, and now he's blushing. You spot a faint, unmistakable blush creeping on his neck. Why is he getting embarrassed? I mean, you have a whole bunch of wives. I see. You finally stagger back to camp, lungs burning. Of course, Tengu had challenged you to a race, and of course you accepted. You watch the other attendants collapse onto the ground, groaning. Tengu falls into the step beside you. Not a hair out of place, but you notice the flesh on his cheeks, the trail of sweat going down his face. He's good at performing. You know you're pretty flashy back there. Most people would have given up halfway. You got real spirit. There's genuine respect in his voice. Maybe you were wrong about him. Maybe he really is different from the other of his clan members you heard about. You're a woman, but you're awesome. You bite your lip, trying to brush off the backhanded nature of the compliment. It's a fact of life that men are usually stronger. That's exactly what I've looked for in another wife. Hold on for a minute. You freeze mid-step, staring at him. Any warmth he felt evaporate instantly. Wife? Like an additional to a collection? You don't even know him. I'm not Pokemon. Shaking your head in disbelief, you turn your heel and walk sharply towards the camp facilities. Wait, are you going? What did I say? Your gently confused voice follows you, but you don't look back. Some things it seems never change. Music spills from the gyrophone, brassy horns and rolling piano filling your cramped room. Dice chatter on the mat, cards slap against the floorboards. Smoke curls towards the ceiling as cadets lean in, close with flustered faces. Laughter burst, followed by groans, then scrapes of coins, changing hands. What is this loud, foreign music? You glance over your shoulder. He's standing in the doorway, blocking the light behind him. Your breathing style is sound, but you don't know what jazz is? Unbelievable. How should I know? He strides in, uninvited, stopping dead in front of the gyrophone. His eyes are wide, almost boyish in their shock. Have you ever seen one before? Actually, no. Not in person. I know it's this. He doesn't answer right away, too busy watching the record spin. Then slowly he nods, as if the strangest of sound is sinking into his bones. Invite him to play. Come on, join us. Unless you're scared of a card game. Scared me? He strides over with confident swagger, but you can see genuine curiosity dancing in his eyes as he walks in the whole scene. Takes in the whole scene. Tengu glances around the room, his eyes on your friend Yuki, who's shuffling a deck of cards. Oh, I thought you were a man for a second. You and Yuki share a look as she fixes her short hair. This guy might be simply clueless, or why are the mischiefs? Do you even know how to talk to women? I mean, as wives, so he might, depending on his mood. Of course I do. I have 3 wives. The Arcanate gawks at him. Cards forgotten in their hands. Isn't that illegal? So is gambling. They cook a shop and return to their games. Alright then, show me how it's done. Tengu walks over to Yuki with confidence of someone who thinks he knows exactly what he's doing. You have excellent hips. Perfect for childbearing. Yeah, I don't think he knows how to talk to women. At least not modern women. That line just reminded me of the movie Dark. It had Johnny Depp in it. It was based off of apparently a very old a soap opera that was like dark and paranormal and all that. Yuki's eyes wide in shock, but she nods shyly, clearly not knowing how else to respond to such outdated compliment. By slapping the heck out of him and getting a baseball bat. That's what you do. What if she doesn't want to have children? Why wouldn't she want to? He stops himself mid-sentence, something shifting in his expression. His cocky grin fades as he actually thinks about your question. Maybe your wives don't want kids either. Did you ever ask them? The room goes quiet, except for the jazz still playing, and you can practically see him wrestling with this completely new concept. After a long moment, he tries again, this time approaching Yuki with less swagger and more genuine thought. You got sharp eyes, like you could see through anyone, and spot a demon anywhere. It's still a bit awkward, but there's actual consideration behind it this time. Yuki gives him a small, more Jalen smile. No, I just tag it. I just tag everything. Better? You look at Yuki, who nods encouragingly. Much better. Good job. He actually looks proud of himself, like a student who just mastered a different lesson. Maybe there's hope for this guy after all. Days pass in a blur of drills and bruises. And always Tengu. If you're running laps, he's suddenly at your shoulder, grinning like a fool as he tries to outpace you. If you're sparring, he throws himself into the next match, with gleam in his eyes, eager to prove something only he seems to care about. Even chores aren't safe. You sweep the yard twice as fast, then wink when you stare at him, dumbfounded. Flashy people should stick together. That's his excuse every time, tossed out with a smug tint of his headband and a glint in his jaw-bright eyes. You tell yourself he sticks close to you just because he cares about your world, the same way he's about the gyrophone. That for him, he's simply in there, fascinating novelty, like trains and cinema, and all the modern wonders that did exist in his sheltered compound. Entertainment. But the strange part is, you find you don't mind. You're actually grateful for his presence. You're stronger now. Your reflexes are faster. Your strikes clearer. Your stamina deeper. He's pushing you past limits you didn't know you had, and despite your resistance to letting him get closer due to his past, you can't deny that his presence has made you a better fighter. He seems to be changing somehow. He'll start to say something blunt or dismissive, some echo of his rigid upbringing, then stop mid-sentence. His jaw tightens as he's forcing the words back. Sometimes he tries again, softer, more considerate. He knows these corrections even when he pretends you don't. You don't know what to think of it yet, but if he's gelling or not, but you find yourself relaxing more around him. Then one day, in a rare moment of quietness, he breaks the silence. Why do you want to be why do you want to be a Hashira? The question comes out quiet, gelling in a way that catches you completely off guard. There's just curiosity about you, not your unconventional lifestyle or knowledge about the modern world, but you. Share. My sisters were sent as offerings to a demon in the woods. I was next, but I couldn't do anything. Then I killed the demon. Then I hear Shira came. He killed the monster and protected me from my own village, from my own family. I want to be like that, strong enough to protect those who can't rebel, those who are too scared to even try. He's not slowly choosing his words with uncharacteristic care. I think that's a noble reason. Very flamboyant, though. Not very flamboyant, though. To defend innocent lives is the flashiest thing you can do. Let's work hard and become what he or she is together. Your heart gives a treacherous flutter. You clear your throat and get to your feet, needing to put action between you and his sudden vulnerability. Enough talking. Let's spar. He grants a moment of serious, vanishing behind his usual bravo. I'll win this, and then I'll win at cards tonight. You wish. You fall into the familiar dance of combat. The clank of wooden swords ring out, a rapid beat, almost like music. The session quickly devolves into a spectacle. You both laugh, you scream taunt, every move is exaggerated and extra. You have a co-star who matches your energy perfectly. And we're probably gonna go on, and we're probably gonna end up together. Somewhere along the way, without you ever noticing, this has become natural. Maybe he just sees you as his newest entertainment, but the freedom and the strength he helped you build to protect it are worth it. With him, there's never too much, and you can just let go. When your next day off finally arrives, he corners you by the gate before you can slip away. Good morning, you're here. My wives are waiting in the city. You're meeting them. Why am I meeting your wives? I am. You said you would, and I'm a man of my word. Can't have you making a liar of me. He says it with familiarity that brooks no argument, but his eyes hold a glint of something more hopeful than commanding. He's sly, but there's no real he in it. By now, his wives are a constant presence in his stories. Their personalities are so vivid in your mind that feels like you know them already. The idea of finally meeting them isn't a duty, it's become a genuine curiosity. Fine. You like them. You make your way down the winding mountain path towards the city below. Tengen falls into his step beside you, his long strides easy, matching your pace. Are they as dramatic as you are? I'm not dramatic, I'm flashy. There's a difference. No, there isn't. You roll your eyes and you can't help smiling. The familiar sound of civilization grew louder with each step. You meet the three women at the city center. Up close, they're even more beautiful than you remembered. But there's something else you notice now. The way they hold themselves, the careful way they scan their surroundings, the subtle positioning that keeps escape routes open. The shinobi training runs deep in all of them, just like with Tengen. He introduces you, then points to them. These are my wives. Hina to Saru, Hina to Saru, Ma, Kyo, and Suma. It's wonderful to meet you properly. Tenjin-sama has told us so much about you. You're even prettier than he's described. Are you be one of us? It's nice to meet you too. How are you finding the city? We haven't explored much. Really? You're missing out. You tell them about jazz bars, where music plays until dawn, the cinemas showing the foreign films, the dance halls with modern steps. Their eyes light up. Suma claps her hands. Ma Kaio leans forward, hungry for details, but their excitement is checked by a quick, habitual glance towards Tengen. He doesn't seem to notice their hesitation, nodding along to your suggestions. I love your clothes. They're Western style, right? Yes, there's a store near the park that sells them. They have the most beautiful clothes, and some that are, well, let's say they're perfect for dancing. Really? They're practically bouncing on their toes with arrogance, but then they stop themselves and look at Tengen again. This time, you follow their gaze, curious to see his reaction. He looks completely lost, breaking at them like he's trying to solve a puzzle he doesn't understand. You close your throat politely, looking down at him, looking from him to his wives and back again. Finally, his eyes light up with understanding. They're waiting for his permission. You don't need my permission. Just go, buy the clothes, be as scandalous as you want, live a little. The transformation is immediate. They giggle with pure happiness, already chatting silently amongst themselves about what they want to see first. You lean closer to him, whispering, "Good job," Maybe you're not such a bad husband after all. Still a little clueless about women, but hey, I'm the best husband there is. It's like, yeah, though I would be debatable the fact that you have 3 wives already. Unless one is lonely and you're putting one attention there, one there once more. He chuckled at his indigent expression. His wives do seem happy and healthy, so maybe he really isn't so bad. Definitely different from his clan. Probably wanted him to be. In Natsuru gives Tengen a gentle push towards you, smiling only. He clears his throat and grins with renewed confidence. Will you come with us today? Oh, I actually have a date already. You gesture towards the other side of the street where your boys are waiting. Kaito, Takumi, and a few others from your user crew. They wave when they see you looking. With all those guys, there's something in his voice that you can't quite identify. Confused, concerned, something else entirely, jealousy. Any problem with that? The question hangs between you, and you study his face carefully. It's definitely jealousy. Expression sifts through several emotions before settling on something that looks almost like disappointment. Yeah, because he wants us to be his 4th wife. No problem at all. Just be careful out there. I'll tell you how it went. Let's go together next time. How about next time we all go together? Could be fun. You want to do that? There's genuine surprise in his voice. Why not? You're always up for new company. You could always find us later if you want. You give him a small wave and step off to the curb, crossing the street towards the waiting men. The distance feels symbolic somehow. Wait for some real fun? Always. As you link arms with your boys and disappear into the crowd, you can feel Tengen smiling. Maybe someday you'll want to cross that street himself. A moment later, a different sensation pricks at your awareness, the familiar feeling of being watched. You're used to the stares, but this one carries a different weight, a cold focus that raises the hairs on the back of your neck. I said, demon. You glance casually towards your shoulder, scanning the faces in the crowd, but see nothing out of place. You focus on the subtle vibrations under your feet, reading the city's pulse, but offers no unusual disturbances. Rinji, ever servant, leans in slightly. Everything okay, boss? You flash a quick, reassuring smile, and you see the mid-tension in their stances. You can't let your unease become theirs. Yeah, let's go. The night's not getting any longer. He watches as she walks away, her figure growing smaller as she disappears into the crowd with her loyal followers. For a moment, there's something strange in the air and tension that makes his instincts prickle with warning. A demon. But then it vanishes like morning mist, and he's left wondering if he imagined it. His wives don't seem to notice anything unusual, so he keeps quiet. He doesn't want them slipping into shinobi mode. Not when they look so genuinely excited about exploring the city and trying new things for the first time. Why did you let her leave, Tenjin-sama? Shuma, Suma. I can't force her to come. She makes her own choices. You could have asked her to go with. You could have asked to go with her. Like, yeah. Tengen sighs. Tengen sighs. The sound swallowed by the city noise. He could have, but the question is a minefield. He's not sure where he stands with her. He changed, shred the brutal lessons of his own brain. Was it enough? He could still feel the ghost of that old miss clinging to him, even with her influence. The last thing he wants is to become like his father, to impose his will where it isn't welcome. Does he, with all his flaws and loud, messy history, even belong in her modern, self-assured world? Could there ever be a space for him there? The doubt is a cold weight in his chest, but it's overshadowed by a fiercer conviction. He wants to keep trying. His wives had seen the connection between them from the very beginning, back in the gambling den. Apparently, the way their eyes had met across the smoky room had told them everything they needed to know. He still had no idea how women do this. It might as well be sorcery. It's woman instinct. It's instinct. The memory of that first night, walking home, surfaces clearly. If you want her to join you, Tengen Sama, don't worry about us. Yeah, we're not jealous. A small, quiet voice piped up. I'm a little jealous. Okay, well, it's all nameless. Suma, but I don't mind. He had laughed in, the sound booming in the quiet street, touched by their unwavering support. Thank you, Free. Their acceptance was a gift he'd never taken for granted. In that moment, he thought his father's cold, possessive grip on the clan, the way women were treated as baby makers, he vowed to be the opposite. Aw. You know, you free are also have whoever you want if you see someone. Tengen-sama! Of course, a scandalized gasp had cut him off. 3 faces had flushed a blunt uniform red. He stared, completely baffled. What? It's fair, isn't it? But they refused to elaborate, quickening their steps and changing the subject. The memory still makes him smile, but the smile fades as his gaze sweeps the street again. Finding only strangers, she's gone. She already has her own life, a full one. She has her boys. But did you actually ask her what she wants? He shakes his head. Asking feels too simple, too boring. He's sure a woman like her, who likes novelty and spectacle, would think the same. No, just asking might be a good idea. Someone pokes him in the arm, pulling him from his thoughts. This moping doesn't suit you, Tengen-sama. It's not flashy at all. She's right. You're supposed to be the loudest, most noticeable one here, and anywhere. Come on. It's like, be loud. Don't overthink. You already have everything you need. Their words sink in, cutting for the strange uncertainty. They're right. He's been approaching this all wrong. Trying to figure out the roles, to be careful. That's not him. Sulking in the shadows is the opposite of everything he stands for. He flexes his hand, watching the veins rise along his muscular forearm. A slow, familiar grin spreads across his face as a plan forms in his mind. If she wants to show, he'll give her one she'll never forget. It's normal for candidates to train shirtless in the summer. Heat, sweat, and hard breathing are part of the landscape. But Tengen has decided to turn this simple act into a grand opera. He thought you were scandalous one around here, but Tengen seems heck-bent on stealing the crown from you now. He had no idea what sparked this, but the effect is cinematic. At first you write off that he is brutal, so of course he dumps water over his head. He's a performer, so of course he does it with a force, tripping his head back so the water cascades in the glittering sheet over his chest, tracing the grooves of muscle before soaking into the waistband of his come on. The spectacle. So you catch your eyes landing on the path of the single drop it. Remind yourself he's only human. You're only human, and he's only human. Then you remember his wife. Then you remember his wives. The thought it is a bucket of cold water all on its own. Your gaze snapped away. Find intense interest in the grain of wooden floorboards. It's like that was this instant mood kill. This became your routine for days. A flash of movement, a forbidden glance, a sharp correction. Look away. A welcome distraction arise when his wife's visit after training. You feel a surge of relief. Surely he'll be occupied. His attention in his shirt will stay firmly on. You're wrong every time. One evening they're teaching you about stealth techniques and how to make the best muscle recovery soup. You're leaning in, captivated. Then Tengen appears out of nowhere. Immediately focus on his face with the discipline of the meditation master. Determined not to let your gaze wander to his still damp chest and the way his trending pants hang low on his hips. It takes a considerable effort, but you manage. Just barely. But then something shifts. The woman... his wives don't pull him away. Instead, they make a space for him right next to you. They don't watch him. They watch you. Their expressions a mixture of gentle expectation and curiosity. Oh, they want us together. The realization clicks in place with the finality, figuring out the rigged dice game. This isn't just him being obvious. This is coordinated. It's like, yeah, he wants us to be with him and his wives. They don't just allow it. They're part of the game. A tight knot in your stomach unravels. You relax. From then on, you allow yourself to watch the show. One evening during the evening card game, he settles beside you. The space feels smaller, charged. What can I get you? Before you could protest, he's getting you a drink, arranging cushions behind your back, even lighting your cigarettes. We have cigarettes? I'll be happy asthma attack, sorry. With hands that linger too long. A moment too long against yours. I can do that, you know. I know, but why should you when I am here? A smile touches your lips, and you turn your attention back to your cards. But now you're playing two gems at once. Even his gems on his headband. Ask his opinion. What'd you do with this hand? His eyes gleam. He shifts closer, his arm pressed against yours. As he points up to a card, his voice drops to a murmur for your ears only. That one always bet on a winning pair. His finger brushes yours as he taps the card. The game continues, but the real stakes are the points of contract between you. Conversation drifts around the small room, and you catch fragments of whispered discussion about recent disappearance in the city. Your ears perk up, instincts sharpened by the years of gathering useful information. But just as you start to lean in to listen more carefully, Tengen appears at your elbow with a perfectly ripe piece of fruit. Try this. It's a peach again, because I'll take a peach. He holds it close to your lips, and the moment his fingers brush against your mouth, every thought of missing persons evaporates completely. Makes you think he's the one that does it, even though definitely not. The fruit is indeed sweet, but nearly as intoxicating as the way he watches you eat it. If we didn't know him well enough, go, oh, he's the person doing it. His eyes dark with something that has nothing to do with gambling and everything to do with the tension building up between you. Later that night, you both stumble out into the cold air to clear your heads, the sake being completely fuzzy and warm, the world tilting pleasantly around you. His usual swagger has melted away, leaving a heavy, warm weight against your side. Your arm is around his waist, your fingers sprawling against the hard muscle between his uniform. His arms draped over your shoulder, his hands brushing lightly against the side of your breast. The training sessions with Tengen has made you strong enough to hold him, but it's the ease of it that surprises you, how naturally your body fits against his. Like we're meant to be, all that training together has prepared me for this moment, holding you up. He chuckles, the sound rich and warm in the quiet night. You were already strong enough to hold me, but you made me flashier. You expect a joke, but his voice drops, his breath warm against your temple. We should keep polishing each other. It's like, okay. He's definitely thinking a different thing. You know, your drunk brain already spinning with ideas. We should train an army of muscular rats. Okay. We name them after we'll name all of them after Master Splinter too. He snickers, the soft moment dissolving into the shared stillness. He tried to muffle your laugh as he holds you closer. Shh, they'll find us. He tried to pull back to glance around, but his arms tightens, keeping you close. His gaze drops to your mouth. Don't let them find us. The danger of it sends a thrill straight for you. He watches the effort his words have, a slow, knowing smile gracing his lips. I heard they will be a party at the jazz bar like you like. You're surprised. How does he know about that? The party's still weeks away. Me and the girls will go. Warmth blooms in your chest, the thought of seeing them there. In that space that always been like just yours, it changes something. Will you show us around? I'll show you everything. You're both grinning at each other when the voices drift towards you from around the corner. Cadence, like in talking in hushed tones, then you hear your name. It'd be funny if she disappears next, since she loves monarchy so much. Well, I don't think we are. Because we have him. The privately, you mean? Tension goes completely rigid. Beside you, you can feel the sudden tension in his body, the way his hands clenched into his fist. You know this look. Tension never lets anyone speak badly about you without responding. You tried countless times to tell him to ignore them, to let people say what they want, but he never listens. It's like, dude, I don't think he's ever gonna listen. This time, you try to stop him. You're drunk. It's past curfew, and you can't afford to be caught. You grab his arm, but he shakes you off. Hey, you spineless buttholes. He steps out from behind the wall, his drunken rage making him even more imposing. The cannons freeze. She's better than all of you, everything. Better fighter, better strategy, better at living than any of you pathetic fools will ever be. Go on, show them what you're made of. Screw. mess him up. Why are you telling me to fight? But the cats are already skirling away like friend mice. You both stare after them for a moment, then burst into drunk laughter. The sound reckless and gasping in the quiet night. Who's out there? Oh crap. You scatter, driving into shadow. From across the courtyard, Tengen mouths, "Don't forget about the party." Breathless, heart racing, you nod. A grin spreads across your face as you slip back towards your room. How could you ever forget? A faint chill rides the evening air, but Tengen feels nothing but heat. It's a relentless energy under skin, a low hum that's been building for days. The city streets hum with even noise. Lanterns swaying above footstalls, the smell of grilled skews drifting into the air. It's a festival, and their gush of air makes his wives pull their jackets tighter around their shoulders. The new clothes look good on them. It's exactly how Big Sister said they would. Big Sister, that's what they call her now. The nickname spoken by his wives with fondness that once belonged only to him. She hadn't forced a new world on them. She simply held the door open. Books, meetings, freedom. She showed them what was possible. And watched them step through, watching them bloom with confidence he'd never been able to give them, stroked a frantic need in him. He had to prove he could step into her world, that he was worthy of the light she brought into their lives. He tried, he shared the usual Tsunobi skills from his brutal upbringing, trying to serve her the way her loyal boys did. Yet, her trust felt like a consolation prize. He was the rival toolkit, not the dazzling centerpiece of her life. He held was efficient, but wasn't a spectacle. But when he mentioned the jazz cup, her whole face lit up. That was it, the key. The party will be his ground performance in front of her people. It's an ultimate test. Will she let him into the heart of her world, or will he remain on the outside? A reflexive muscle, every drop of water poured over his skin. He has a question. Tonight, at the jazz club, he intends to get his answer. The patience in a physical age, the wine, a living wire in his chest. Ahead of him, Suma sighs. It'll be nice when we could travel together with Big Sister. Are you holding back, Tengen-sama? Why is she still not convinced? Have you guys thought of that word, the main character's not Polly? Okay, all jokes aside. He's trying. It's a delicate balance. They just need to talk to us, though. He sighs, running a hand through his hair. He's the god of festivals, but leached on the art of seduction by his own wives. A raised voice from a feed stall cut through his thoughts. A group of people are clustered, talking in hushed, urgent tones. Just vanished after the morning pictures. That's the third one this week. Maybe more modern places are cursed. All these technologies is a bright. Tengen's posture shifts. He meets his wife's eyes. A silent message passes between them. It might be nothing, but we will investigate, Tengen-sama. And what's to say? Was it us that disappeared? You have your own mission tonight. Have fun at the party. He nods. The motion tight, the city danger is a sobering reminder of his duty, but only sharpens his resolve. The night is a brutal battlefield, and one front he has no intention of holding back any longer. It's almost time for the party. The jazz pulses with energy tonight. The music is louder, the crowd wider, and the air fixed with cigarette smoke and anticipation. You're like 3 drinks in, feeling the familiar warm buzz that makes everything even more vivid, more possible. Your boys have claimed a corner table with perfect view of the stage. Kaito's telling some rabbit story that has Takumi and Rinji in stitches while he shuffled a deck of cards out of habit. The familiar motion is moving despite the alcohol coursing through your system. Did you hear about this disappearance, boss? Seems like modern girls have gone missing in a place like this. Are you trying to scare me? Scare her? His elbows Kaito. But his own gaze is serious. You hear the whispers, of course. The gossip has been dark undercurrent for weeks. But you've been so consumed by training and, if you're honest, by a certain foreboding distraction that you pushed it to the back of your mind. The reminder lands with a cold weight. This can't continue. I'll look into it after tonight. Then the crowd parts as if making way for royalty. And there he is, Tengen. He's in his normal flamboyant clothes. Only Tengen would come to a jazz club dressed like a shinobi warlord. The sight makes you smile. You love that he's so unapologetic, fundamentally him. He's as handsome as ever, but the look in his eyes that steals the air from your lungs, the look of familiarity, singular, look of hungry force. The games are over. Mind if I join? His voice cuts through the jazz music, and somehow your men hear him perfectly. They make space without complaint, though you catch Kaito's protective glance. Tengen settles beside you, close enough that his thigh brushes yours, a solid line of heart and heat. Where are your girls? Tengen hesitates for a fraction of a second, a rare crack in his confident facade. They will join next time. The answer feels practice, and you sense a hidden purpose behind it, a mission you can't quite you're not yet privy to. And before you can press him, he leans in slightly, his attention narrowing slowly on you. What are you drinking? Share ours. Try it. You slide your glass towards him, watching his fingers close around it where yours just were. He takes a sip, not breaking eye contact, and something about the intimacy of sharing the same glass makes heat pour in your stomach. Good. Now everything tonight will taste like you. Heat rushes through you as so suddenly you have a glance down, pretending to fix your cards. Kaito coughs into his fist. Takumi whistles slow. Rinji murmurs, "Why don't I think about that one?" under his breath. But none of them move to stop it. They just watch, grudgingly muse, as you press your lips together to hide a smile frame to break free. The evening blurs into a haze of music and stolen touches. Tengen somehow managed to take over every small service your boys usually provide. He lights your cigarette, refreshes your drink, Even feed you owls from the bar snacks with fingers that linger against your lips. Hey now, that's our job. Not tonight. Your boys should be territorial, jealous. Instead, they seem charmed by his single-minded attention to your comfort. Even Renji, usually the most protective, just shakes his head with grudging admiration. He's so good at this. That goal makes everything feel dreamlike. Tengen's hand finds yours during the slow song, his palm tracing patterns across your knuckles to send electricity up your arm. Then you lean closer to hear something he's saying over the music. His breath is warm against your ear. You have no idea how long I wanted the front row seat to you. You're about to respond when something cold crawls up your spine. The sensation is subtle at first, but it grows stronger by a second. Is it not him? Outside? The vibrations through the floor tell you the story first. Tami's footsteps in the wrong rhythm, movement that doesn't match the music, doesn't belong to the dancing couple or wandering servers. Do you feel that? Feel what? But even as he asks, you see his posture change. His training is kicking in. Sense sharpening despite the alcohol atmosphere. You close your eyes, feeling the tremors that speak of something unnatural moving through the crowd. There are a pattern of steps that are too deliberate, too predatory for a simple patron enjoying the music. It's watching us. The music comes to barely audible, but Tengen grips on your hand tightens. Around you, your boys continue their conversation, always to the danger that you can sense creeping closer through the smoky bar. Whoever's out there is a creature of shadow and rigid tradition. It doesn't belong in this world of saxophone, wails, and reported laughter. The modern pressures. You need to get rid of it before it hurts someone. We need to lure it out of here. You remember Kaito's warning. The cold tack of the disappearance is modern girls. If this demon is hunting what it despises, then you will give it the perfect target. You lean closer, your lips barely brushing his skin, and feel a subtle shiver run through him, a mixture of tension, anticipation. I have an idea. You pull Tengen by the hand, waving through the crowd until you reach a private room upstairs. Your boys follow close behind, carrying drinks, cigarettes, and trays of food, like tenants in a procession. The air is heavy. With perfume and smoke, you can feel the demonic presence hovering nearby. The energy vibrations on the ground. Good, you have its attention. Before coming here, Tengen had sent his crowd ahead to alert his wives. He asked if he wanted them to join, but he only laughed and said it would be too much monetary for them, at least for now. Their presence would have made it seem perfect, but you could still make it work. He leaned towards Kaito, whispering your plan. He nods once you want to move to tell others. With that handle, you can focus on the real spectacle. The gramophone crackles to life, spilling low jazz into the room. Tengen steps closer, eyes glittering under the warm light. Let's give it a show. Tengen's mouth crashes against yours. All the teasing, all the circling around these past weeks burst at once. You grab his shirt, yank it closer, his teeth catching your lower lip, and you groan against him, the sound swallowed by his tongue. You feel him against you and push him back onto the sofa. Go on, boss, make him sweat for you. He's already is, aren't you, Tengen? Let everyone see. Tengen makes a low sound in his throat, shrugging off his shirt with force. By her arms, jeweled headband, sweat already gleaming at his temples. He looks like a performer stepping into the spotlight. Good boy. His grin flickers, sharpening. You climb into his lap and grind down on him, feeling the heat through the fabric of his... come on. The man around you laughs softly, the way the audience laughs when the first act begins to go off script. Like him already gasping. Shut your mouth. Yeah, cut him off with a roll of your hips. He has his fingers tying at your wrist. Take everything off. He hesitates, glancing at the men watching him from the shadows. Something wrong? No. He strips completely. The men whistle and grin. You can feel the demon stirring, its energy vibrating through the floorboards. Then you hear a tear as Tengen rips your pantyhose, exposing you. More laughter follows. Oh, I hate pantyhose. You. Something wrong. You narrow your eyes, but the smile stays. You push him down and grab. The wall split. Wood shaking. A howl rips through the room, cutting off the music outside. Shadows twist, and the body steps through. Limbs too long, face wrapped by hate. Warped by hate. Filth. Improper. Okay. You seem to be enjoying the show until now. Okay, Demon, we're gonna have to put you on a, what do you call it? Therapy session. Starting now. The demon growls. Tengen moves you away from the sofa. That gets destroyed a moment later. You gamble, smoke, and laugh without shame. It's what modernity brings, the destruction of proper order. No, this is the proper order. Well, I can dress like men all they want. A poison kunai flashes through the air, striking the demon's shoulder. It hisses in pain, recoiling. Shut your boring mouth. You hate them because you don't have a single vibrant bone in your twisted body. You're just jealous you can't have fun like them. Yeah, just toss a whole bunch of kunai. He throws the kunai, each one laced with poison, driving the demon backward. The final fierce roar, creature smashes through the floorboards, crashing down into an empty bar below. You send a silent thanks to your boys, who should have cleared the place by now. You and Tengen lock eyes over the gaping hole in the floorboard. The air crackles against you. We'll finish our show later. Stay alive long enough for it. Witness the encore. It's like, yeah, I think you definitely want to have that encore. You pull on your clothes in a rush, the scent of poison still lingering in the air, and leap down into the wreckage, ready for round 2. The sun just starts to rise, lighting up the forest where you stand with Tengen. A short distance away, your boys and his wives wait quietly, observing. The Hirashira instructor looks from you into Tengen, expression serious. I just got a report from the city. What in the world happened in that bar? Bar fight? You and Tengen exchange a look. The memory of the fight feels fresh. The powerful demon, the loud crash at the tables, his wives arriving just in time with more kunai knives. You had a little bruise from the fight, but you won together. A short version of the story. He looks past you at the broken trees and scattered debris, then nods. You did well. Clean your sus up and report back to camp later. Your training is officially over. It's like, I think I need more training though. For a heartbeat, you just stand there, expecting the feel triumphant. Instead, as the hero leaves, you become incredibly aware that your shirt is still practically unbuttoned, and that Tengen is still shirtless. The interrupted intimacy hangs between you like unfinished business. We should talk privately. Yes, we should. You boys and his wives exchange knowing looks. Everyone understands exactly what kind of talking you will be doing. Can we join? They break the tension. Laughter echoes through the trees, and it feels like the beginning of something new. The next morning at camp, you walk past Tengen, whose body humming with pleasant, deep-seated age that almost makes you forget the previous night's violence. You move in sync, a united front against the stares, the whispers of our cadets. The training is over, and the unspoken question of what's next hangs between you, but the answer feels simple. You don't want a future that doesn't include him and his family. You see how you both grew and changed for the better together, but does he think the same? The moment he's broken at your crowd swoops down. It's a claw of sharp summons back into duty. Mission assignment: go north right away. Before you can answer, Tengen steps forward. Wait, I'm going with her. You look at him, surprised. Tengen, that's not an order. It's soul mission. Tengen pulls you into his chest, his grip daring the crowd to argue. I said I'm going with her. We're a team now. Tell headquarters that. Are you sure? I told you before, didn't I? Flashy people stick together. It's like, yeah. He got the bling. I got the smarts. The crowd looks back. Crow looks back and forth between you, as if in understanding what's happening. It's from finally lets out a squawk. Fine, I'll ask for a partner assignment. Don't blame me if they say no. As it flies off, Tengen turns you to face him, his hands on your hips. His satisfied grin makes your heart stutter. Let's go. Become the flashiest Hirshiras this world has ever seen. With an army of muscular mice. His laughter booms in the courtyard. With an army of muscular mice. You laugh at him. The sound bright and free as you sob against his chest, a ray into Spain, the adventure ahead. Find demons by night, losing yourselves in terror whenever possible, living exactly the kind of free, modern life that drives traditionalists to fury. It's going to be perfect. You and Tengen wave through the crowd until you reach a private room upstairs. Your boys follow close behind, carrying drinks, cigarettes, and trays of food, like attendants in this. You lean close to Tengen, keeping your voice low, and only he can hear above the jazz music. I'm going to order it out. You attack when you have the opening. Alone? Not alone. My boys will help. A flicker of something disappointment, protectiveness, crosses his face before his expression smooths into resigned acceptance. He understands the plan, even if he doesn't like his role in it. I'll stay close. You almost feel bad as you watch him absorb this. Watch him try to accept the boundary you're drawing. He's been trying so hard to change, and he has, but something in you still can't fully set him in. Not yet. Not when he's trusting him completely means trusting that the old traditions, the old ways he was raised in won't resurface. It's not fair to him, maybe, but fairness has never been your concern. You give a single decisive nod and open the door. You men file in after you, and the clicks of the latch seal you in, muffling the jazz into a distant, frantic heartbeat. What unfolds in that room is a celebration of everything forbidden. Bodies tangled together in pleasure, laughter mixing with moans, and the pure indulgence of desire without shame. It's messy, beautiful, and completely, unapologetically immoral. But then the window shatters. Abomination, this filth ends now! You seem to be enjoying the show. The creatures burst through the frenzy of rage, its form twisting and repulsive, screaming about immortality and corruption. But it's modern day. Okay, no, it's not. Not here's the game. The door flies open, and Tengen and his wife flood in. A whirlwind of silk and steel. Poison kunai slice through the air, forcing the demon back. We got it from here. Get ready. You nod, and in the chaotic seconds that follows, you quickly change into your clothes. Re-enter the fury, but the difference is immediate. Tengen and his wives move like a single organism, a perfectly synchronized dance of death. Every strike flows into the next, and their rhythm flawless from years of shared life and battle. But when you try to join their flow, your movements clash. You step where they pivot, and you strike where they defend. A demon, cunning as fast, exploits these gaps between your styles. Fall back. We're not coordinated enough. We need to push forward. Retreat as Tengen and his wife close the circle, forcing the demon to the corner. But it's fast, too fast. With a final shriek of fury, it tears through the window and vanishes into the night. It got away. Not fair. It's wounded and angry. We can find it again. I don't think we found it. The days pass and no sign of the demon. It's gone, hiding somewhere, licking its wounds, waiting. You must wish it would show itself, so you could end this before everything falls apart. Then the final day of training lives. You and Tengen sit on the edge of the training grounds as the sun begins to descend, the weight of the unspoken goodbye pressing down on you like a physical thing. You kept parts of yourself from him. Maybe it's protection, maybe it's fear. He's on the periphery of your world, watching from the outside, but I can feel how much he wishes it didn't. You circle your crow lands on your shoulder, delivering your mission assignment. You're being sent to hunt the demon that escaped, to track it and finish what you started. Tengen received his own crow moments later, a different assignment, a different direction. His jaw tightens as he reads it. So this is it. For now. He takes your hand, he touch warm and reluctant to let you go. Keep being flashy out there. Live boldly. Don't change for anyone. The words carry an edge of sadness, like he knows you never fully let him into the part of you, the part that belongs only to yourself. I will, and when we meet again, I'll outflash you completely. There's hope in his voice, like he still believes that one day you might let him all the way in. That one day your worlds won't just touch at the edges, but merge entirely. Well, we kind of already had that happen. We just want to see what happens in the bad end. That's a promise I'll hold up you to. Goodbye, because I intend to keep it. He pulls you in a tight embrace, holding you like he can convince you just through touch alone that he's worth the risk. You let yourself sink into it for just a moment, feeling the steady beat of his heart, the warmth of his arms around you. And then you pull away. You can't promise him anything more. And your crow rise carries you towards your mission. I'll probably be dropped. I'm talking to it. It's like, drop. You know this isn't goodbye. I'll talk his ear off. It's something more complicated than that. A promise of a reunion, but on terms you haven't decided yet. He's waiting for the day you finally open that door completely. Maybe one day you will, but not today. Ending 2 out 2. And that was Offbeat. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. If you haven't already, comment down below and liking the video. See you guys next time.